Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here to continue the lessons in the Course in Miracles. And today we are on review 3 and lesson 111. So to begin with today, I will read the introduction to this review 3. So it says, our next review begins today. We will review 2 recent lessons every day for 10 successive days of practicing. We'll observe a special format for these practice periods that you are urged to follow just as closely as you can. We understand, of course, that it may be impossible for you to undertake what is suggested here as optimal each day and every hour of the day. Learning will not be hampered when you miss a practice period because it is impossible at the appropriated time or at the appointed time. Nor is it necessary that you make excessive efforts to be sure that you catch up in terms of numbers. Rituals are not our aim and would defeat our goal. But learning will be hampered when you skip a practice period because you are unwilling to devote the time to it that you are asked to give. Do not deceive yourself in this. Unwillingness can be most carefully concealed behind a cloak of situations you cannot control. Learn to distinguish situations that are poorly suited to your practicing from those that you establish to uphold a camouflage of your unwillingness. For example, our excuses. So those practice periods that you have lost because you did not want to do them for whatever reason should be done as soon as you have changed your mind about your goal. You are unwilling to cooperate in practicing salvation only if it interferes with goals you hold more dear. When you withdraw the value given them, allow your practice periods to be replacements for your litanies to them. They gave you nothing, but your practicing can offer everything to you, and so accept their offering and be at peace. The format you should use for these reviews is this. Devote 5 minutes twice a day or longer, if you would prefer it, to considering the thoughts that are assigned. Read over the ideas and comments that are written down for each day's exercise, and then begin to think about them, while letting your mind relate them to your needs, your seeming problems, and all your concerns. Place the ideas within your mind and let it use them as it chooses. Give it faith that it will use them wisely, being helped in its decisions by the one who gave the thoughts to you. What can you trust but what is in your mind? Have faith in these reviews the Holy Spirit uses will not fail. The wisdom of your mind will come to your assistance. Give direction at the outset, then lean back in quiet faith and let the mind employ the thoughts you gave as they were given you for it to use. You have been given them in perfect trust, in perfect confidence that you would use them well, in perfect faith that you would see their messages and use them for yourself. Offer them to your mind in that same trust and confidence and faith. It will not fail. It is the Holy Spirit's chosen means for your salvation. Since it has his trust, his means must surely merit yours as well. We emphasize the benefits to you if you devote, this is all about devotion here, the first 5 minutes of the day to your reviews, and also give the last 5 minutes of your waking day to them. If this cannot be done, at least try to divide them so you undertake one in the morning and one in the hour just before you go to sleep. The exercises to be done throughout the day are equally important and perhaps of even greater value. You have been inclined to practice only at appointed times, and then you go on your way to other things only or without applying what you learned to them. As a result, you have gained little reinforcement and have not given your learning a fair chance to prove how great are its potential gifts to you. Here is another chance to use it well. In these reviews, we stress the need to let your learning not lie idle between your longer. I'm going to read that again. In these reviews, we stress the need to let your learning not lie idly between your longer practice periods. Attempt to give your daily 2 ideas a brief but serious review every hour. Use one on the hour and the other one on a half hour. You need not give more than just a moment to each one. Repeat it and allow your mind to set a little time in silence and in peace. Then turn to other things, but try to keep the thought with you and let it serve to help you keep your peace throughout the day as well. If you are shaken, think of it again. These practice periods are planned to help you form the habit of applying what you learn each day to everything you do. Do not repeat the thought and lay it down. Its usefulness is limitless to you, and it is meant to serve you in all ways, all times and places, and whenever you need help of any kind. Try then to take it with you in the business of the day and make it holy, worthy of God's Son, acceptable to God and to yourself. Each day's review assignments will conclude with a restatement of the thought to use each hour and the one to be applied on each half hour as well. Forget them not. This second chance with each of these ideas will bring such large advances that we come from these reviews with learning gains so great, we will continue on more solid ground with firmer footsteps and with stronger faith. Do not forget how little you have learned. Do not forget how much you can learn now. Do not forget your Father's need of you as you review these thoughts he gave to you. So that's the introduction to the review. And now here's lesson 111 or 111. It says for morning and evening review. Number 1, miracles are seen in the light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind, and let me see the innocence within. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. I see through strength the gift of God to me. My weakness is the dark. His gift, my weakness is the dark. His gift dispels by giving me his strength to take its place. So on the hour, miracles are seen in light. On the half hour, miracles are seen in light and strength are one. So to remember those, they're asking us here every half hour to remember. First, the miracles are seen in the light, and the second half hour is miracles are seen in light and strength are mine. Again, this is how we reinforce, these lessons. And it takes great devotion and it takes great discipline. But again, it tells you in the review that, rituals are not our aim and would defeat our goal. So that's quite a challenge. It's asking you to remember every half hour. And, if you don't, just do your best to remember on the next half hour. I don't always remember. So again, it's an opportunity to practice. And it's saying here, I cannot see in the darkness. So, on the half hour to remind myself or to remind yourself that miracles are seen in the light. Yes, that will make a difference in how you experience your day. But for today, I'd like to read from this book here, A Year of Forgiveness by Louise Spalding. I've read a couple of times, I think, in previous videos. And actually, Spalding channels Jesus. So this is the message that Jesus is giving further on this lesson. All right, Jesus says, you are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. It is important for you to focus on the light, not the physical light of the sun necessarily, although it can be used as a metaphor. If you constantly look in the shadows in your 3D physical world, what are you going to see? It is not clear. It is murky. It is not illuminated, and it is not very beautiful. All of you know how wonderful it is when you get up in the morning. It's a sunny day. You can see everything very clearly, and everything seems so much more vibrant. This is true of your spiritual sight and how you observe the world as well. When you watch the news all the time, looking at destruction, starvation, and the environmental degradation, you are looking at the shadows. You must look at the light. You feel weak, uninvigorated, and uninspired when you look at the shadows. It just totally drains your energy. You need to look at that which is light, people cooperating with each other, beautiful art, beautiful music, communities, gardeners who vibrantly supply each other with food, that which is love. If you do not regard the other things, then you fade from your vision. Your vision aligns with what works, that which is healed and happy. When you eat to avoid sickness, we suggest you eat to enhance your health. When you look at the shadows the whole time and your body responds accordingly. So I'm going to read that again. When you eat to avoid sickness, you look at the shadows the whole time and your body responds accordingly. And it says here, we suggest you eat to enhance your health. When you eat for health so that you can enjoy yourself, there's no fear in that motivation. You have much better results. Do this with everything you encounter. See the functioning of your body rather than the dysfunction. See the good things about your partner rather than the bad things. See things you have already learned doing this course rather than focus on what you struggle with. Look toward the light, dear ones. Look toward the light. I am the one you know as Jesus. and we will see you again tomorrow. So, all right, do your very best and remain, committed, and just check into, how devoted are you to these practices, to this course. And I don't know about you, but I want God, and I want love, and I want peace. And, as I, speak that, and that is to, recognize, as somebody has suggested in one of their comments, is to recognize that we already are love. We already are peace. We already are happiness. We already are joy. All right. Thank you for being here. That was a long one, but it's very valuable. Getting into this review again. And you see, there's so much repetition in this course because we need the repetition. We need the reminders. All right. So I look forward to being with you in the next video, which will be for lesson 112. And please comment, share, and like this video. Excuse me, like this video, and please share it out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. All right. Look forward again to being with you in the next video. Have a peaceful, love-filled day. And bye for now.